Hey guys, welcome to Building a Business with John and Savannah. We are on week 6, and should we switch the name of this to Freddy Fridays?
We're officially Freddy Fridays.
Yeah, I like Freddy Fridays, or at least that's the cadence we've committed to, one per week. What we're going to talk about today is 3 different things, and what I want to kick off with is, Savannah, have you pitched anything kind of weird this week?
I think the one I just finished today was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
rare moment when both of us are on calls at the same time trying to sell media to 2 different sorts of vending machine companies.
yeah, I think I was very excited about mine because I feel like it was like my childhood dream. It was a very, I guess I could just be forward about it. It was like cotton candy. They have popcorn and it's different flavors. So if we were to put one in a dealership, I just felt like it was playing on the heritage there. Emoji balloons, phone cases. It was pretty sweet. I was excited
You
about
thought
it.
it would be, like, perfect for dealerships, but I think the guy you were pitching, he didn't think it might be perfect for dealers. And then I was pitching something that was more of like a cell phone charger vending machine that's good for like airports, stadiums, etc. And what Savannah and I have found is a lot of the influencers that are highly desirable are basically able to sell entrepreneurial opportunities to their following. So for us, that's people like Chris Kerner. He talks about the kind of the more blue collar entrepreneurial opportunities, such as, real estate or, vending machine businesses and stuff like that. So he's like a really good fit. And he got these leads or interest from these companies because a few weeks ago, he profiled I think it was a motorcycle helmet cleaning vending machine that was in Asia somewhere. So it's a good thing that influencers should know in order to get leads for things that work. Post something interesting, and then like-minded businesses will usually, follow up with you.
That's been really big. Another one that he shared was a meat vending machine, and that one was really interesting. And one that like you put $1 in and it like sprays perfume,
True, but I'm
which I
not
thought
gonna
was
let's
interesting.
not do meat vending machines. And then
No, we're good.
let's move along to the next topic, Savannah, because you and I spend a lot of time selling one-off media projects for influencers. We love to do it. It's the most interesting part of our day. But how does a business scale doing that?
Exactly. So I think this week was a week where we had multiple large pitches, which is great. And that's ability to scale. But the way that we've strategized our talent roster is that we'll have like different focus points. So we have a few that are in luxury, maybe one's luxury real estate and one is yachts, but those are appealing to some of the same brands. Automotive, our automotive creators, a lot of those have overlap. Is it used car and independent? Is it comedy or is it finance? And then in our like motorsport and enthusiasts, maybe they're a drag racer or maybe they're a NASCAR driver. There's overlap there as well.
Yeah, we felt kind of vindicated. 2 large brands this week reached out to us and asked us for kind of like a run of talent advertising deal. So we felt pretty vindicated that if we curated our talent roster to a certain fashion, that it would basically the big opportunities would come to us. And then I think with Savannah and I, in the long run, the 2 of us have a project that we work on constantly where we help sell creator pre-roll YouTube ads. And I think the value prop there is we're aggregating opportunities in, primarily the automotive YouTube creator space. So we're basically adding, large, great channels to a YouTube multi-channel network. And then we can turn around to a brand and say, hey, look, here's the top 100 creators on YouTube. We have the ability to sell their pre-roll ads. The curation of that is worth significantly more than plugging into YouTube and letting your advertisement play on Peppa Pig. So how much would you pay for, an advertisement to go across like the world's best people, like the Racing Channel and Captain Crankshaft and Haggerty and Top Gear and all these really valuable
And
channels?
Daniel Mack, as of this week, it's
What would you pay
exciting.
to have your advertisement on that compared to Peppa Pig, Mr. Oil company or whatever? So that's something I think in the long term, Savannah and I are really interested in opportunities that allow us to do our song and dance selling stuff to brands across networks of creators, and also doing that in kind of like a very efficient way. So that's what we're building and figuring out. And another topic Savannah and I hit on this week that I think is kind of our long-term mission in this company is really optimizing companies' social media strategy. So Russ Flips Whips and I go around the country training dealers on how to do organic social media, and that's like a wonderful thing. And then if you think of what is social media becoming for businesses right now, it's becoming lead generation. So obviously, I mean, Savannah and I experience it every day. A brand reaches out to us and asks to work with one of our creators. So lead generation and lead handling. So how do you have a process in place where you have the obvious point of contact from the brand to you or from the consumer to the brand in order to handle that lead? Then you have a process in place in order for that lead to go into your CRM and you set up the appointment or you sell the product or whatever it is. So Savannah and we just in the long term want to be the consulting company that teaches businesses how to have the perfect social media setup so they can do lead generation, lead handling, and then also Savannah, you brought this up to me earlier in the week. I think it was brilliant. Talk about how a business can really use social media for reputation management.
Absolutely. And it's when we're talking to a creator about a brand, I had one this morning and I looked up, I'm like, how long have you been in business? And they say 2 years and they have 3 posts on their social media account. And then I send it to a creator, I send them their website and they're like, I looked at their Instagram. Why would I work with them?
I know it's kind of
And
like
it's like they just went
cobwebs
under a
and like no
rebrand.
lights on, guys.
Yeah.
If you wanna be like a spot that instills the confidence for the consumer to drive across town and buy your thing, car dealerships, you better have active social medias. Yelp reviews, I got great news. Yelp reviews are gonna go away. Google reviews in the star format are gonna go away. I'm sure they'll come up with some brilliant idea. The future of reputation management is, hey, I'm going to run across town to go buy a Toyota. Okay, there's 2 Toyota stores over there. This one looks like Al Bundy's shoe salesman, and the other one looks like a Russ Flips Whips party. I'm going to go to the fun, clean, good looking, active one.
Here's like when you shop on Amazon, you look at like how many like reviews there are, probably not necessarily what the stars are, but how many people, or if you're ordering on DoorDash, how many reviews they have. But the most important thing when you're on Amazon, at least for me, I look at the consumer videos that are linked to it and actually see it in use. And so with dealerships, regardless of the quality of your content or how many influencers or content creators you have in-house, even if you're doing something to celebrate your technician's birthday, like show your culture, they're going to walk into that dealership feeling like they already know who you are.
Ooh, you bring up such a good point, Savannah. The most naive thing to do in social media is put a call to action on everything. Not every moment is a sales meeting, or a sales opportunity. It's really just about showing that authentically who you are. So there was somebody online the other day posted that a certain creator shows no value because it was kind of like a funny thing. Somebody with like a small following was saying this guy with 1 million followers doesn't know how to do it. And then his reasoning was because there was no call to action. And if you're a naive person who's been taught sales, like me, you go, oh, everything's got to have a call to action, and the next steps are here, and that's how you transact with people. But in terms of growing an audience that can be used for actual valuable things, you have to provide insight. Alex Hermosi says you have to give in order to get. But that's really true. Not everything's supposed to have a call to action. A lot of it is just saying, hey, here we are, look at us.
The call to action is an invitation to a relationship. And
Yeah.
it's just like creating those dots so they can connect them back to kind of like that Ritz-Carlton hospitality piece. But I encourage anyone who is listening to message John and I on LinkedIn to join our community on Go Collab, because we have a lot of conversations going about unique businesses and how can we generate community and how can we use social media to drive inbound demand for your business. And it's just a resource to you. We're opening it to our networks so that we can help come up with some creative strategies.
Awesome. Everybody join our thing. Thanks for joining us this week. We got in under the 10-minute line, so this can be posted in correct format on LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thanks.